Okay.
Hey, Zach, I'm live in the stream. I'm just trying to close out of this huddle.
All right,
Sorry. What's going on, man? How you doing?
we are live. Welcome everyone. Uh, what's going on?
Not much. Was just chatting with our guy Zach, who will probably be joining the stream in about an hour to talk through some winners for this week's weekly campaign. We've got a couple of the entries, a couple thousand entries, I believe, right now for the pack attack later this week, and just looking through these auction cards, checking out the cards that have ended already, checking out the cards that we've got up already into the next windows here. We've got a few sitting at the top, and it is very, very exciting. I love that first card, the Team Rocket Returns Magikarp. It is so cool.
There's a lot of cool stuff I'm excited to talk about today that we'll get into. But yeah, this is an awesome one to start with. Another one of those the energy symbol hollow pattern that I am really fond of personally. But yeah, and then I guess if you're just joining, Jim mentioned, but at the end of the auction, we will be picking the winners of Pack Attack number 1. So that was 3 cards. It was the rookie card, the Charizard Bandai Cardas. There was the Poketune, Pikachu, and the Entei, and we got everything queued up. We'll again make it as transparent as possible so everyone sees what's going on. But yeah, I'm excited to do that right after the auction.
Yep, should be a lot of fun. It looks like we've got a new second card up at the top there, the Light Arcanine. And that one is from Neo Destiny. It's the first edition holo in the CGC 8.5. An absolutely beautiful card. Probably my favorite Arcanine art out of all Arcanine cards that have ever dropped. It's like, God, the foil in the background there, the color mix kind of in like that really fluffy Arcanine design.
I'm right there with you. It's like this, it's like a abstract Arcanine almost, the way he's like balled up. I think I shared it on another stream, but when I was in Japan, I saw this card in one of the card shops for the first time. Just like hadn't hit me before that how cool it was. So really awesome to see it in here.
Yep.
Let's see what. So down here, the cards that need another bid to make it to the flash bidding round, which starts, I think, in about 10 minutes or so.
Yeah.
So some really awesome ones here. What I love, the top one, obviously, 2 really cool ones right here that I love. But yeah, what's speaking to you in this section?
Yeah, there's a couple of them. Right up at the top, we've got that Jungle Electrode, which the last 2 sales of that, they don't happen very often. As we said last week, those no symbol holos in the PSA 10 are pretty low population. But the last 2 sales on this one are 1,200 and 850. The 850 sale was back in December, so just about 7 months ago. But these are some really, really beautiful cards. I love the no symbols. I love the jungle card just because I pulled jungle cards as a kid. It is some very, very cool Pokemon history. I'm also looking at some of these legendary collection cards.
Yeah.
The Steel Legendary Collection is... I think there was a poll a few months ago on our Pokemon on Reddit, and they said, what is the most forgettable Pokemon? And I said, the minute someone mentions it in the thread, it's off the list. And Seal won that. It was just like super forgettable, but this card is so iconic. It's literally just a seal, right? It's a beautiful card. All the blue colors in these legendary collection reverse holos are just so sick. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous. So. Yeah, very cool to see this card here.
And then we got the Pidgeot.
Yeah.
Pidgeot. It's a trade-off. It's like Steel versus Pidgeot, but Gem Min 10 in a type of holo that is like notoriously difficult to get a 10 in. These legendary reverse holos versus obviously super cool Pokemon. I know one of your favorites because you're a flying type trainer.
Oh yeah.
In an 8.5, so it's tough, but I mean, both of them are great. We featured these cards heavily on 4th of July because these holo patterns are known as a firework holo.
Yep.
So Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
they are some absolutely beautiful cards. And it looks like that card is up to 62 now. All right, time to focus on every single one of these to get the bids up.
What
Cool.
I think is really cool, you know, so somewhat. I feel like as time goes on, we'll appreciate this card more. But we've talked about the the celebration step before. You know,
Mhm.
it's pretty amazing that it's like almost perfect, right? Like the hollow change up is a cool way to distinguish it from the original, but the fact that
Yep.
they threw that Pikachu face on there, maybe not as necessary, but it doesn't matter. It's still awesome card. To have it in a 10, this Charizard is a pretty cool one also.
Yeah, it is very, very cool. That card right now in the CGC 10 is currently only at $84, which is less than a PSA 9 generally goes for on that card. So I definitely think there is some room to grow on that card there. Um, yeah, as I look down through some of these other cards, we've got some pretty sweet cards down at the bottom here as well. We didn't have too many cards, actually. Yeah, not many cards sitting down here at the bottom. This Jungle Clefable all the way down here for $7.
Jungle
Yeah,
Fable at 7. Is it a PSA 7 or what's
it is a PSA 7. Yeah, Jungle Clefable and a PSA 7. That
that's
is
really
our lowest card right now. We got a couple cards down here at $7. I love this tag team Rayquaza here that we've got.
yeah. Oh
The
wow.
I just love Rayquaza in general. I mean, it's just such an iconic, legendary, probably the strongest Pokemon of all time. Definitely got some cool vibes there. I love the Radiant Steelix from Dark Phantasma that we
Yeah.
have down at the bottom there. Shiny Steelix is one of the all-time greats in shiny Pokemon. They made it all gold, and it just looks so cool. And I'm sad that they never gave Onyx the crystal shiny that it deserved. It really needed that all crystal body to really pop into shiny, and it just never happened. But Steelix got it. So that was
Yeah. Great shout out to Butterhoops who pulled Espeon and Deoxys from the vending machine this week.
ooh, very nice. That is a sick card. Two iconic psychic types in there. Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely beautiful.
You mentioned I don't want to sidetrack too much from the
Oh
cards,
yeah,
but there is a really cool Onyx card that maybe once Flash Fitting starts we could talk about. But yeah,
absolutely. Must be sitting up top then.
I think so. I think
All
so.
right, cool. There
Yes.
is that Japanese Neo Ampharos in a PSA 8 from Awakening Legends. The Japanese Neo 3 in the PSA 8. They're currently a very cool card. I love the Ampharos art. Ampharos was such a fun Pokemon for me to use in Gen 2. It was really the only good electric type you could get in that game earlier on. And while Mareep and Flaffy were a little bit weaker, once you finally got to Ampharos, it was great. And then Mega Ampharos getting that dragon typing, oof, unbeatable. It's so good. Oh man, such a great Pokemon. Let's see what else we got in here.
It's really like I mean we made a post earlier this week about how this auction seriously has like something from like almost every year that there was a noteworthy set. There's
Yep.
something which is pretty cool. Here's a really
Yeah.
this is a cool one, signed by Jay Geo, who was the voice of YouTube.
Jay Gerda was the voice of Mewtwo. Yes, he signed this card, and the auto got a 10. He voiced Mewtwo in the original movies. Like the psychic voice that speaks to people is his voice, and I think he made a cameo, like non Mewtwo cameo, in the Pokemon Go movie in 2018 or 19, or the Let's Go Pikachu or Detective Pikachu. That's what it's called. Yeah, but yeah, he's definitely a legend for that voice.
Yeah, no, it's super cool to see that one. There's a couple of like these really like deep cuts in there. Uh, that's
Hmm.
we got a couple. I think like two pristine Skylas.
Yeah, the
We
Skylos are awesome cards. She's a flying type trainer, one of my favorites. One of the other cards that I really like that is in the auction, it still needs a bid, is that Chilling Rain Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, which is right next to the Jay Gerda card. Well, not anymore, it's not, because it just got bid up to $44, but that card is absolutely gorgeous. The Shadow Rider Calyrex is pretty much dominating the meta in Pokemon competitive play right now in doubles, and Shadow Rider Calyrex is just such an absolutely beautiful card. Oh, you're going to say something about this Onyx here?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So this is the one I wish I'd started talking about this earlier, but this was part of a deck that wasn't sold to the public. It was before Pokemon released in the US. So these cards have this basically not for resale stamp on the back for the red border and the trainer A. I think a full set of 60 cards sold for 10K a couple months ago. So it's tough to get high grades in these, but really cool. I know Onyx at first, most people might not do a double take, but when you see the back of this card, like what an awesome collector's item, piece of Pokemon history. Let's see if it's gonna go home with someone right now.
We will see. Let's check it out.
All right, I think, yeah, we got a couple of. I'm really excited to see if you got this one. Definitely post about it because I would love to know. But yeah, congrats! We got a few awesome cards closing there. Let's see what's going on at the top now.
All right, let's see what I am refreshing my page here. There are so many cards that just closed. Yep. All right, that Onyx went for $340. Wow. I mean, that is a definite really cool piece of Pokemon history. Yeah, that Trainer Deck A was known as Brock's Deck, and it was brought into North America before the TCG officially launched. So it was distributed to prototype Pokemon leagues, and pretty much what they were doing is testing how the card game translated to America, right? And so these test decks came with only a few Pokemon, and they were all kind of like, they came with the three Machop, Machoke, Machamp, Onyx, and Sandshrew, Rattata, Raticate. So those were the only 7 Pokemon that came in these decks here. It's some pretty cool Pokemon history. Whoever got that card, congratulations.
Yeah, and that's the type of card I love. Like it's it's one you don't see every day. It's got so much of a story to it. And then it's just like it's that subtle flex and like looks normal, but then wait a second, like turn it over. So yeah, congrats if you got that. You had the Charizard rookie card, another favorite. We're going to be giving one of those away too as part of the pack attack number 1. It's I forget what grade it's in, but it's definitely a Bandai.
Yes, I think it's a 9, but still a very, very cool piece of Pokemon history there.
Awesome. Yeah, excited to get those out.
Yeah,
and we'll pick the pack attack winners as soon as the auction wraps up. We have everything ready to go there.
All right, let's see what else we got here. We got this. Oh, a couple of really cool cards. Last week we had a Lunala GX as well. We had the blue and gold, the purple and gold relief card. This week we've got the Lunala from Sun and Moon, a slightly different set, but this card is just so cool. I mean, I love seeing like just the Sun and Moon art. I think Lunala was definitely my favorite between Lunala and Solgaleo when Sun and Moon came out. Sadly, I got the Sun version, and my girlfriend, now wife, she got the Ultra Moon version, so she had her Lunala. I was a little sad about that, but definitely some really, really cool legendaries released in that generation, especially with the Ultra Beast. I wish that there were more Ultra Beast cards out. There is so much cool artwork that they could have done with some of those Pokemon, especially with like the Ultra Beast appearances in the anime when Buzzwole just slaps down Ash's Pikachu and they realize how powerful those Ultra Beasts are. I would have loved to have seen a few more of those cards, but never really got the hit that they needed there. All right, a couple of things that still need some bids here. We've got this 2021 Evolving Skies full art Sylveon card.
Yes,
right there in the center of the screen. Absolutely beautiful card. In a PSA 9, this was generally going for about $90, so it's got some room to move up there. Would love to see some of these cards go to deserving community members, though.
Yeah,
we've got that.
The bakery, balancing the cupcakes. adorable. Like just when you thought Sylveon can get any cuter.
Yep. Sylveon with Pixelate. Oh, best ability out of all of the evolutions. Definitely the best. It is just such a beautiful card.
This was interesting to Magmortar. Can't say I'm super familiar with the Frontier set.
Yeah, so this is like a true mid-era card. 2009, 2010. I mean, it definitely was taking a big hit with all of the new Nintendo system releases. People stopped getting like the 3DSs and the 2DSs. Were upgrading to the Wii U, and like all those different systems. Then, I think, when did the Wii come out? Released in forget. Let's see, 2006, and in the U.S. North America came out in 2006. So, I mean, during this era here, people were upgrading to the different Nintendo systems, and it was just a tough time for Pokemon. I mean, and some of the best games came out of this mid-era too. Black and White and Black and White 2 were in this mid-era of Dead Pokemon, and they are kind of universally revered as some of the best Pokemon. But we just had a round close. Let's see what closed. All right, the Team Rocket Returns Magikarp just closed out at $400. That is an absolutely gorgeous card. The rainbow foil Ivysaur right next to it. The black logo, rainbow foil Ivysaur. Absolutely gorgeous card there. Oh, man. Whoever got this, congratulations. That's in an old Blue Label CBC Pristine 10.
Yeah. There's a whole like subreddit dedicated to Topps Pokemon. Like there's a rabid collector base around these. And I've definitely been appreciating the Blue Label more and more. I feel like I just, I have a couple cards in my collection now.
Yep, definitely some really, really cool artwork done on those Topps cards. And what I really like about the Topps cards is I've found a few in my collection here, and they're actually right next to me. But compared to the other cards that I had in sleeves, those Topps cards held their like shape and corners, even though the corners on those cards are square, pointed corners. They held up like 90% better than my traditional Pokemon cards. They are in such good shape. I couldn't believe it, honestly. They looked like I just opened them out of the pack. They still were a little glossy on the front of them. They were really, really in good shape.
Kudos to Topps. I mean, I guess to have that when did they start making cards? From like 40s, 50s? So
I don't know. I mean, let's see. Topps' first card set was 1951 for baseball. But I guess Topps was originally a chewing gum business. Wow, I didn't even know that. That's pretty cool. Yeah.
People, it was more that you were buying gum and you happened to get the card was like the souvenir.
Yep.
And now it's obviously flipped a lot.
Definitely some cool pieces of history there. That Magmar keeps getting bid up. That is so cool. I love watching some of these cool cards. A couple of cards that we've got sitting there. That Suicune Unseen Forces Hollow. We've got one in a PSA 8 and one in a CGC 9. So kind of different here, but the PSA 8 tends to go for around $340, while the 9 goes for $420 and the PSA 10 goes for $1,200. These Gold Star dogs, kind of as they're colloquially known, are just such cool cards, right? And that CGC 9 at $280 right there is an absolute steal. I mean, that card is probably worth close to $360 or $370 to a lot of buyers. There is huge volume on these Gold Star dogs. This is right at the beginning of that like mid-era in 2005. And these are, I think, the most popular card in those sets is this Suicune Gold Star. It's got the highest volume. These cards swap hands all the time. I mean, I'm looking at the PSA 10 sales in this card. There's been 4 sales already this year and like 20 since the beginning of last year. In a PSA 9, there's been 50 sales this year alone, right? Like these cards are highly coveted by consumers. And in the PSA 8, there's been 40 sales or so in the past year. Like this card is definitely these are high volume cards. I love these.
What's your favorite Gold Star card regardless? Like I definitely agree, like the popularity of the legendary Doggle stars is there. Those are the ones I see most often. But what's like, because I feel like there's so many that don't get talked about as much. It's like Alakazam, which I saw a couple of people I know picked up recently. There's
Yeah.
Mewtwo, there's Mew, what Pikachu. Like, what's your favorite?
My favorite is the Black Rayquaza Gold Star. I love it. It's from, I think it's from EX Dragon, but I could be wrong. The Rayquaza Gold Star, and we've got one of these. This is from Pokemon Deoxys, actually. And the Rayquaza Gold Star card, this one in a PSA 10 goes for $30,000. I mean, this card is unreal. Ungraded, this card sells for about $1,000. I love Rayquaza, and this one is the non-shiny version. I wonder if there's actually a different Gold Star. Let's see. Is there a different one? No, it just looks black. It just looks black. Yeah, from the card, but it's actually green. Okay.
We have a few that I think just ended. I think this one, the RCS, part of a really cool 4-piece mosaic. If you know, you know. What's it? Deoxys, Arceus. Wait, don't tell me. Giratina and
God of Time.
Okay.
Dialga. Yeah.
So close. But yeah, super cool. See that in the 10.
Yep.
I think the Sylveon,
just beautiful.
The Sylveon got extended. Okay, I thought that was going to close.
I thought so too. Wow, it got extended literally because on my screen it ticked down to 0 and said bid needed to extend, and then it jumped out. So very nice to whoever got that one.
This one's cool. It's I guess a phone card or
Pokemon Snap. Jigglypuff.
Yeah. This is something. Oh wow, Blockbuster.
Yep, this is a legendary nostalgia card. You can see here. In fact, this is where Visa. No, I'm kidding. Got the idea for chip cards. No, I wish, but these are pretty cool cards. Yeah, this is awesome. The Pokemon Snap stuff is a very cool piece of Pokemon history.
Yeah, the actual Pokemon Snap cards. I would love to see one of those on Courtyard one day.
Yeah,
those are pretty
cool. All right, so Bandai Sealed Ass Krabby right at the bottom there. There are a couple of cards. So the top right now is the Suicune. Did that Suicune close? No, neither of the Suicunes have closed yet. Yeah, that CGC 9 still a little bit undervalued there. I think that's got room to grow. I mean, price charting's got a grade 8 Gold Star dog at 340. So that is quite the steal if someone can snag that card there. Nice. All right. It looks as though we are down to 7 cards that need bids to extend. We've got the Pokeball Reverse Holo, Ivysaur in that pristine 10 from Pokemon 151. That just got extended. So did the Trading Card Game Classic Ivysaur. We've got the Suicune in the CGC 9 here, Gold Star Dog. We've got the Chilling Rain Calyrex Shadow Rider that needs a bid. You got that EX Dragon Geodude. It's weird because a lot of these EX Dragon cards, for a little peek behind the curtain, we scan these cards at like 600 DPI on a flatbed scanner to make sure that all of the detail really comes through. And so that way, when you zoom in on the pictures, you can really see the cards, right? But every once in a while, we get like these cards from EX Dragon or EX Deoxys where the background is brown or black, and the reflective property of the card makes it look kind of muddy like this one here. And I haven't really seen a card like this before where I think the scan actually makes Geodude look kind of cool, especially given that he's got Pebble Throw as his move there. He's just like a pure ground type. Looks like he's kind of sitting in mud on this scan right here. It's kind of cool. Yeah. All right. We are down to 4 cards. Suicune, Shadow Rider Calyrex, Jigglypuff Snap, and Krabby Sealed Ass. All right. No, and it actually looks as though that Sealed Ass card, that is a Bandai Card Ass card. It looks as though in our metadata prep, someone messed up, and that someone would be me. So,
what is Sealed Ass, or is that pretty similar to Bandai?
Yeah, they're both they're both same company that was making these cards, the Bandai vending cards. But the Seal Bass cards were a little different. I think maybe this card got a little hasty in the formula generation for this one or something. But yeah, the Bandai card as and Seal Bass cards are all just so cool.
I'm making a mental note to get that one updated.
Yeah. All right, one card left needs a bid to extend an item. That's Shadow Rider Calyrex VMAX, and that is in, if I'm correct, a PSA 9. Yes, PSA 9 on that card is generally going for about $72. The last 5 sales in that are 81, 80, 76, 75, and 85. So if someone snags that card right now, it is a heck of a steal. All right, we will see. Let's see what's going on here. And it has a bid. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? So every single one of these cards is going into the next window. I feel like this happens every week where a bunch of cards close in the first 2 rounds. And then for the next, like, 15 minutes, we just sit here prognosticating on all the cards that just keep getting extended until the final round.
Yeah, someone pointed out. We'll have to see. It looks like some shouldn't be getting extended, but are. Interesting.
I saw every single one of those cards definitely went up during the last round. I mean, the lower end cards, I watched each one of them go up. So I'm pretty sure that each one of those cards, especially in the last round, was bidded up. So.
Okay. I might. Yeah. No, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I was only like a couple of them were bid up in the first few seconds, but sometimes at the end of a round, if you're watching the auctions page, we are not running this on a supercomputer right now. So, if you see at the end a bid is needed to extend an item and there is, like 2 seconds left and you don't see an update and then it moves into the next round, it just means that someone bid on it in the last like 3 or 4 seconds and your screen didn't update in real time. We're a small company. We're not running on Kubernetes here, on an AI machine that tells you when things are updating. So sadly, maybe one day we'll get there. When we have a little bit more resources to invest in compute power. But for now, there may be a slight delay.
Exactly. Oh, I'm getting excited to draw the pack attack winners.
Yeah.
I think. Let's see how this round goes, how many cards are left after. Maybe we could kind of go back and forth. But no, thanks for appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, speaking of pack attacks, so we're going to announce Pack Attack 1 winners today. But we also just kicked off a brand new one, Pack Attack number 2, which is going to go through next Wednesday. And the crown jewel of that one is a Mario Pikachu PSA 10. It's the, I guess you would call it like the more like standard like box version, not the full art. Still a huge grail just to come from that set and have a PSA 10. So to prepare for that, we had multiple restocks today. So fresh batch of heavy hitters in vending, Pokemon vending machine, sports vending machine. Yeah, we are full throttle with the pack attacks. And there's so much coming with vending machine that we're excited to share, but we'll see soon enough.
We went pretty vintage on the Pokemon card heavy hitters today in the starter pack. You'll see some really, really rare cards in there, especially that top one, the Venusaur Meiji promo card. That thing is so cool. It's got, the Japanese name for Venusaur, which I believe is Fushigabana or Fushigana, but this is a prism card, and unfortunately, like I said, the scans can't really do it justice, but this is actually the clone Venusaur from the Pokemon movie. If you look at the back of the card in the bottom left corner, there's the clone Charizard and the clone Blastoise in there as well. This is such a cool card. If only we had this in a 10, then again, it definitely would not be going in that vending machine, but it'd probably go in the master pack. The clone Pokemon cards are so cool. They never did anything with the official Pokemon company for these clone Pokemon cards, so very cool to see those cards getting the respect they deserve there. It is a really, really cool promo card from the Pokemon movie.
Yeah, it's the only Pokemon cards I've seen that have like the cracked ice pattern, which that brings you back to like vintage stickers, like almost a little bit like the Bandai Card Ass design, but
Yeah.
that's more like Prism than cracked ice.
And
Um,
then there was
yeah.
someone in the Discord last night that was actually talking about the World Championships promo cards. And in the vending machine, if you go check out the heavy hitters, you'll see the third card is a World Championships silver medal card in there.
Oh,
So this is a very, very cool card. This is the Gym Challenge silver medal. So this is from like an in-person event. The guy who took second gave this card up as a silver medal. So very, very cool card. You're not going to see almost any of these on the market. So definitely a cool chance to get a rare Pokemon card. But we've got 20 seconds here left, and there are 3 cards that are ready to close. Both Ivysaurs and the Suicune Gold Star in that CGC 9. Right now, that PSA 8 is going for 270, and the CGC 9 is sitting there as the only card that needs to extend. Is it going to close? 3,
let's
2,
see.
1. Oh, let's
I
see.
think so.
I think it closed. Congratulations. That
Yeah.
Gold Star dog is absolutely gorgeous.
Excited to see who gets that.
All right, and here we are on a fresh new round. This is the last extended bidding round, and the next round will be the final round of the auction. So everything will end in 10 minutes, 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, and what is that? 1 a.m. Central European time. So good luck to everybody out there on these last 2 rounds of bidding. It looks like Ivysaur extended with about 10 seconds left in the last round and was the first card to extend in this round. People really want that card.
The 151 hype is real.
Yeah,
It's nice. I mean, even for a modern card, it's kind of nice. Like if it's kind of a personal favorite, like to see it in a pristine 10, just have that one to hold for the collection. Like chances are, give it 5-10 years, those pristines are gonna go up, even if it's a modern set. So
oh yeah, some absolute grails for the future. I think there's a lot of cards that are coming out right now that I think are a little overvalued, but the Pokemon 151 set, given how many people went out and bought ETBs and are just holding on to them right now, I think like the supply people think is a little bit higher than it actually is for these cards. I have a feeling that of all the sets right now, the 151 sets are gonna hold their value a little bit better, especially some of those really cool full art cards that you can stack on top of each other, like the 3 starter sets that kind of go together: the green themed Venusaur line, the blue themed toys, and the kind of like the Charmander looking up the canyon, Charmeleon in the canyon, and Charizard flying over it. Doesn't get any better than that.
Trying to find a good picture of it. Yeah. But also what's cool about 151 is that the cards like these, you might have to fact check me on this, but I'm pretty sure the Pokeball, Master Ball, Reverse Hollows, those are only in the Japanese set. Pretty sure.
I think you're right. Yeah, the Master Ball Hollows especially, like those are so cool. I haven't pulled very much Japanese 151, and when I did, I was constantly found myself checking. When I was looking, I was like, oh, is that? No, it's just the Pokeball. You can always tell the Master Ball with the 2 little kind of like almost ears on the Pokeball, almost like eyeballs or something. Kind of like belly false eyes, but yeah, it's a...
I've gotten that before. They look so similar.
Yep.
Cool to see Ivysaur, kind of like before and after.
Yep.
Granted, I know this is from the classic collection, but it's still the OG artwork versus where it ended up.
To be honest, those artworks are pretty darn similar.
Cool. Well, let's see. Light Arcanine is going to be running, and then once as soon as this is wrapped, as soon as the auction ends in 7 minutes, I guess, we will the Pack Attack winners. So stick around for that. What's your favorite out of what's left here?
I would say that Shadow Rider Calyrex and the Skyla trainer cards are my two favorite. I do like the Gold Star Dog and the Sylveon as the last two that haven't extended yet. I mean, there's only 3 cards that haven't extended. But yeah, those are just absolutely gorgeous cards. I mean, yeah, the any Sylveon art is so good. People love Sylveon and Leafeon and Glaceon full art cards, but Sylveon definitely takes the top spot. So
There's I think supposedly there's a new evolution set coming out.
really,
Yeah, I saw someone post about it like sometime. I think maybe closer to like the holiday season.
ooh,
But yeah, that'd be really cool if that happens.
let's see, Evolving Skies 2.0. That's the question mark.
Mhm.
Is that that was 2 weeks ago? Pokemon's new giant evolution boxes. This is from PokeRev a month ago. Huh. I don't know. Eevee Evolutions premium box. Oh, that was 2022. Yeah, I don't know. But let's see. The Suicune,
There's
oh,
honestly, there's
it
probably.
moved on at the last minute. Wow.
Oh yeah.
All right.
But speaking of what's coming out, there's honestly like I feel like there's so much that I can't even keep track these days. I think the next one that's on my radar is the Stellar Miracle set, which is in Japan this month, and then the English version in September.
Yep.
There's a new type of Pokemon in that set, like a Terra something.
Terrestrialize something. Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about the terrestrializing Pokemon Terrapagos. Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. That card is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Like the Rainbow Prism kind of.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really interesting when Pokemon, and I say interesting in order not to use a more derogative word towards the Pokemon company, but like when Terrapagos came out, the in-game art of Terrapagos, when they like released the first images of it, were like this gorgeous crystallized Pokemon, and then underneath it, all anyone could focus on in the post was that the ground was like pixel art from the 90s, and they were giving so much, they were just hitting them hard for the fact that like they had these beautiful Pokemon designs and the environment looked like it could have been designed in like Unreal Engine 0.1, you know? And it was just so much shade going towards the Pokemon company. It was pretty funny. But yeah, they did well.
I'm trying to find a picture of it.
All right, so it looks like in that last round, only the Krabby closed, which is pretty crazy. That Suicune is up to 280 now. Sylveon is up to 74. And the Calyrex Rider is up to 52. Skyla is at 41, and the last Pristine 10 and the new one closed at 43. So it looks like people have narrowed in on the value on that one pretty well. Yeah, definitely looking forward to the last like 60 seconds here. I think we're going to see a bunch of people putting safety bids. Last week, I know a guy was in Discord and he was saying about 5 seconds left in the auction. I wanted a card and it was worth like $5 or $6 more than I was, paying for it. So with about 5 seconds left, he posted a bid for like $2 over what he had already done. And then the person in the Discord came and said like, oh, you sniped me because I wanted to bid $1 up at the last second, but your $2 bid, it grayed out my button at the last second. I couldn't increase it fast enough. So he ended up getting the card. So
it's all about the strategy. So
yep, definitely a cool strategy. All right.
I've lost my fair share of auctions. I go shopping to add new cards to Core Dirt all the time, and from various places. I know that feeling.
Yeah. If only there were live auctions for Pokemon cards, that'd be kind of a cool thing. I bet there are for like Charizards and stuff, but maybe one of these days we'll do a live auction where you've got to be watching the stream and I'll auction off a few cards. Do I hear 750? Do I hear 751? And we'll just keep moving up $1 at a time. It'll take like 12 hours, but it'll make for great content.
Yeah, we kind of, I mean, last week we did a little experiment that I think we'll
Yeah.
bring back soon. Um, but kind of like Dutch auction style, where it definitely rewards those who are here with us and watching. So I
I
think that,
was I was so excited to try that. We got down to the final price and we signed off, and the cards sold like a minute and a half later.
yeah, yeah. No, someone got a first deal, and I think
Yep.
I'm down to do more of that.
Yeah. And that wasn't some like, mid-era card where there's like low volume of sales. That was a PSA 10 Jungle Hollow no symbol Clefable. I mean,
Yeah,
just an absolutely legendary card. And yeah, I
100%.
was sad to see that one go right after the stream ended. I like checked the page 2 minutes later. I was like, it was sold 30 seconds ago. What happened? Yeah, it was very sad.
Yeah, we knew that wasn't going to stay long.
Yeah, I know. But still, I wanted it to go on auction. That would have been pretty cool.
All right, 10 seconds. Let's see any final action. All right, I think Suicune jumped a little bit.
It did. Suicune jumped $60 in the last minute right there, up to 340. That is crazy. Oh my
strategy.
Yep.
All right.
That card was jumping at the last minute. So whoever snagged that card, congratulations.
Absolutely. And now it is. So a couple things. So it is time to draw the winners of Pack Attack number 1. I believe auction 13 just went live too. Everything's starting at 0. I'm sure we'll have some extra cards to add to that in the coming days, but cool to see. I didn't even realize I was going live, so awesome to see. Congrats to I just want to take there's so many cards that I think ended quickly and we didn't take a chance to fully appreciate them, but I mean, for again, like beating a dead horse, but whoever got this card, congrats. I would love to know who you are to just say like congrats, that's awesome, and just talk about how cool that card is.
Yep.
And basically same for everyone who caught one today. The top swing cards, the Bandai. But without further ado, should we give away some Pack Attack prizes?
I think so. Yeah, is Zach going to be joining us like he did last week, or no? Not right now.
I don't know. I think it might just be us holding down the fort.
All right. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Let's do it.
We have 3 cards that we're going to choose. We're going to choose the winners for each card. So if you happen to be watching now, let me just note in Discord. If you happen to be watching, tell us which card we should start with. We're open to suggestions. If not, we're gonna choose it ourselves and go in a particular order. So let's see. Let's see if we could take a look at the 3 cards. So here we go. We have these 3 cards. So we have a Pikachu, super adorable. 9.5 Bandai card has Charizard.
Okay.
And
We put some heat.
so one of the other Gold Star dogs. So I mean, hey, if you won that one of those Suicunes, this would be a pretty nice one to win. So the way it will work is we have the list. We have everything's already queued up. So basically, for example, in here, this is for the first winner we would choose. So you could see, I just want to be extra clear this time around, in case it wasn't. So we have 8,000 rows in here, and the rows equate to basically one entry. So if you bought 1 pack, your name is going to appear, 1 starter pack, your name is going to appear 1 time. If you bought 1 master pack, your name is going to appear 15 times. And if you bought multiple, it's going to appear as many times as those points equate to. And one thing I want to know too is that to keep things even more fair, because we don't know exactly how random this selector is, so to make it even more random, just because your name appears once here doesn't mean it only appears once. So it's a full list that's randomized, and then we put it in through this randomizer. So that's basically what's happening. So if you see only a single row with your name, doesn't mean it's the only time it's in here. because this entire list is randomized. So just to show you the level of how serious we take this, we really want to keep it fair. So that's how it will work. And I haven't heard any shouts for which card to start with. So I guess, Jim, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start with the rookie card, the Charizard 9.5, and then work our way up in years from 96 to 05 or 03. No, that's 05, up to 16. So
beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So this first one is for Charizard. All right. 3. Let's do it. Okay. So again, 8,700 or about participants, and your names are randomized within here. Pizza Gang. Don't get mad if Pizza Gang wins again. 53 entries. It could happen. You never know. Everything's totally random. Here, I see a piece of C right here. So, so let's do it. Okay. This one is for the Charizard. And even if you're not here in the stream, don't worry. We're going to email all the winners after and get the cards transferred over to them. So we have Classic Sphinx 2556. Okay. Congrats. Let me just make sure we're getting. Are you Classic Sphinx? No way.
You talking to me? Oh my God! Get out of here!
I can't. I feel like we might be getting trolled. But if not, I mean, amazing. Okay.
Well,
no, I think it was some light troll action.
Alrighty.
Cool. So that is Classic Sphinx won the Charizard. And now let's move on to 2005 to the Entei Gold Star. No, he's P60. I figured P60. Okay. So this one is going to be for the Entei Gold Star. You will be able to see winner 2 of 3. Again, same number of participants. I will feel free, screen record, slow it down. Yeah, absolutely nothing to hide. So just want to be as transparent as possible. So let's do this. 8,000. Okay, this is for the Entei. 10 seconds.
Let's see. Ooh, who gets a gold star dog?
Parzival. Nice. I know that name. That's awesome to see. Parzival, I'm pretty sure is in the Be Friends community. But congrats to Pars. We'll if you're not in the stream right now, don't worry. We will email you to let you know the good news. Pizza Steve, I'm sorry, I didn't see a pizza in front of that name. So no Pizza Gang yet, but there's one more shot, and then we got more pack attacks coming up, like I said. So we have one left, and that is Pokekune. This guy right here, super cute. I mean, look at this one, especially in the corner. How happy. I love Pokekune. Okay, so winner 3 of 3, Pokekune. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
You're ready, okay. I just needed a minute, but let's do this.
Alrighty.
Hey, Pokekune. Jotaka. I think, yeah, okay. I feel like I've seen Jotaka I hope I'm saying that right, in the Discord. So I'm going to try to tag them and let them know the good news. But those are our winners. So Jotaka just won the Pokekune. So Classic, I got everything recorded, but Classic Sphinx got the Bandit Hardass, Parzival got the Entei, now Jotaka got the Pokekune Pikachu. So congrats to all of you. And then don't forget, we have a brand new pack attack this week. Oh, Jotaka is in the chat. I love when that happens. Congrats. Oh, love your lab profile picture too. I have a lab, and they're the best. So congrats, Chitaka. We'll email you all the details. And yeah, before we close out, we have pack attack number 2, which is live. This one's going to be a little bit different. There are again 3 cards up for grabs, but only one is revealed, which is kind of like the biggest card of all of them, and that's the Mario Pikachu. The other 2 cards are great cards. They're more similar to, I guess, what you would find maybe like one of our master packs at the higher end. So both very, very cool grails. But the Mario Pikachu is the one, obviously, we think people will get the most excited about. So that's why we gave the teaser about that one. So that one's live now. And aside from that, we got all the winners. We got auction number 13 live. And yeah, if you want to participate in pack attack number 2, very simply the way it works is if you buy a pack, you get an entry. One starter pack is equal to 1 entry, and a master pack is 15 entries. But I'm sure that's all everyone wants to hear my voice. So we are gonna wrap things up there. But if you watched, whether you chatted with us or just hung out, thank you so much for joining, for spending your time. And yeah, we'll be back next week for auction number 13, and we'll announce the winners of pack attack number 2 then, and very likely have another one of those slab slider Dutch auction style offerings too. So a lot to look forward to next week. And yeah, we will see you next time.
Thanks, Chef. See you in a bit.
All right.